Hello, I'm Katherine Murphy, the moderator for this League of Women Voters candidate interview, and I'm joined by Kerry Clark, who is running for Elum mayor. The ground rules for this event were shared earlier with Kerry and are posted in the description below. The interview consists of an opening statement followed by 3 questions and a closing statement. All candidates running for this position were invited to be interviewed. So Kerry, let's get started, and you have 60 seconds for your opening remarks.
Good morning. My name is Kerry Clark. I've been asked why I made the decision to run for mayor several times. After serving as a member of the Elum Planning Commission for 13 years, I thought my public service was done. I've become concerned about our city's viability and the struggles our city is facing with the impacts of growth and our deteriorating infrastructure. My answer is fairly simple. I'm vested in our community, both with the development of the Swiftwater Business Park and my 13 years of public service with the Planning Commission. I feel that my knowledge and leadership experience would be an asset to our community, and that is why I'm running for mayor. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you. The first question is, the proposed 47 degrees north project could double summer population in Elum and seriously impact the city's infrastructure. The final decision on this project will be made by the city in early 2024. What are your thoughts on this proposed development? And you have 90 seconds.
The 47 North development has an existing approved development agreement. When people talk about all of the issues, be it traffic mitigation, water sewer services, police, fire, schools, and so forth, all of those were mitigated with the original underlying development agreement. Now, 47 North has asked for some modifications to that original agreement. It has already, the original one went through the public process. This one is doing the same, albeit just addressing those modifications that have been requested. Now, the mitigation for water has already been done. The mitigation for the impacts of traffic have already been done. Sewer has already been done. Schools, police, fire, etc. I think me personally, this development agreement was done with the best interest at hand, albeit 20 years ago. Now we have, fast forward, we're in today's world, and we have impacts that have been happening within our community with other development agreements that we have no mitigation because we did not, I believe, participate in those development agreements, albeit most of which are in the county and our surrounding areas.
Thank you, Kerry. That's good. The next question is, every winter, snow blocks access to curb cuts and sidewalks. What can the city do to ensure accessibility year-round? And you have 90 seconds.
Why, that's a difficult one. City staffing and funding have all but eliminated most of the, what I would call snow removal efforts that the city has. They usually wait for weeks, it seems like, to address those issues. In our city, I believe the property owners, which building owners in our downtown area, have responsibility for clearing the snow outside their sidewalks. And I think that's one of the major issues, at least for me, if I go to any of the stores in downtown, just getting out of your car through the snow and so forth, that's a big problem. I think we need to address that through funding issue and staffing and prioritize that. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is, small towns often struggle with limited access to healthcare and other essential services. How would you address such gaps in services to ensure residents can access necessary resources? And again, you have 90 seconds.
Thank you. I believe that demographic trends are clear that our healthcare services, both with our private and public clinics, are facing severe financial challenges. And unlike more populated areas of our state, our rural healthcare systems are impacted the most and continue to struggle post-pandemic. There is a severe work shortage in the healthcare industry, not only in Washington state, but across the nation. With inflation impacting the cost of medications and supplies, along with the increased reliance on contract nursing and staff, which by some estimates have increased to 150%, we simply cannot do things this way that we have always done them. I would support legislative action to increase efforts to obtain federal and state grants as well as private funding. I would also support efforts to reduce the cost of medical liability insurance as well as the cost associated with medical schools. This may help more individuals choose a profession within the industry if they can afford the schooling. I am so thankful for those that chose to serve this profession. Lord knows I wouldn't be here without their efforts and dedication. Thank you.
Thank you. It's now time for your closing statement, and you have 60 seconds.
In closing, I've said before, I'm not a politician. What I am and have been is a successful business owner. I've created jobs and opportunities for the community. My background is diverse, from sweeping floors in a multi-state wood products manufacturer to becoming vice president of operations of that same corporation. My family and I have spent a lot of time in the Elum area since the mid-'80s, and when the opportunity presented itself, we relocated from Kirkland to Elum. Moving here seemed like I found a place with a sense and feel of community. The viability of our community is at risk. We as a community have critical issues facing us that need to be addressed, whether it be litigation with mismanaged development agreements, traffic congestion, or our failing infrastructure. I believe that I have the knowledge, leadership experience, and common sense that with your support can address these issues. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kerry Clark, for participating in this interview and for offering to serve our community as Elum Mayor. For those watching, remember to check votewa.gov to be sure you are registered to vote. All interviews will be linked in the Kittitas County League's Voters Guide, which can be found at kittitasleague.org. Thank you for voting in this election.